Alright, welcome to episode 23 of Steinsgate, where we last left off. It was on such a dramatic conclusion, I had to stop right away. Basically, we finished the time leap machine. We decided not to experiment with it because it was a little too dangerous for us. And then we decided to have a party to celebrate the day before. We basically give the invention away to sell it and make billions of dollars. And while we were doing that, there was a terroristic threat in our area. And just before before we could really do anything, there was a bunch of armed men who broke through. And that is what we're facing. So if you like videos like this and want to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. And let me know down below what you want to see next. Without further ado, let's immediately jump back into this and see what's going on. The next thing I know, the door slams open. 5 men burst into the lab. Their movements are swift and sure professional. Each one of them is carrying a gun. Oh, also, Suzuha asked us if we finished the time leap machine and left, and then these guys immediately came in. Coincidence? I don't know. She also said that Kirisu is a member of CERN, and she's using us. Suzuha said that Kirisu is that. So, we'll see. They spread out just inside the door and aimed their weapons at us. It all happened so fast, no one has time to scream. The men are foreigners and mixed races, dressed casually in colorful shirts, shorts, or jeans. But their arms are thick with muscles and their eyes are hard and cold as ice. 2 of them are holding pistols, the other have 3 assault rifles. AK-47s and Akiba? Is this some kind of joke? One thing is certain, these guys aren't tourists. The dark-skinned crew-cut man barks an order. It feels like I'm dreaming. Did I fall asleep watching an action movie? This is the first time so many people have gathered in this room. Suddenly, the lab feels small. What an odd thing to be thinking of at a time like this. The first to obey is Daru. Then Kirisu raises her hands. Then me. Lastly is Mayuri. Silence. Time seems to grind to a halt. The men say nothing, but their guns remain steady, muzzle pointed at us. On the TV, a comedian laughs. What is this? Are we on a candid camera? Then I hear a new sound coming from outside. The sound of high heels. A woman is coming up the stairs. Are these men waiting for her? Is she their leader? A squad of battle-hardened commanders led by a beautiful woman. It's like something out of a manga. Nothing seems real. Before long, the woman appears. It's Mocha. Oh my gosh, it actually might be Mocha. Kiryu. She betrayed us. Poor Mayuri, that's so sad. That is a sad image. The part-time editor. The male demon, Shining Finger, who's never seen without her phone. Lab member 005. Mocha, she's their leader? The least imposing woman I've ever met? Even now, she doesn't meet my stare. Her eyes are aimed down at the floor. What's going on here? Well, as always, her words are barely audible. It's ridiculous, laughable. And yet, I can't laugh. My heart is a jackhammer in my chest. The inside of my mouth is drier than a desert. I stay still with my hands in the air. Poor Mayuri. I guess it's kind of good for her in this situation, but still. I don't understand. Why is Mocha here? I don't know, but I have to ask. We're being robbed. Mocha shakes her head. No reply. She doesn't intend to answer that either. Dangerous. These guys are dangerous. Look at their guns. Nothing good can happen if we go with them. I try to refuse, but my voice catches in my throat. I can't stop staring at their guns. Are they real? They're not going to start shooting, are they?
あなたたちに逃げ場はないわ。私たちの仲間はすでに秋葉原中に散らばっている。
Wait, we? Something clicks in my head. It was them. They sent the bomb threat. They stopped the trains. Why? To keep us here? Just for that?
手荒な真似はしたくない。3人とも一緒に来て。なんで
Kirsu, who was kept silent until now, finally opens her mouth.
3人なの？
That's when I realized that Mayuri was included in Mocha's demand. She only wants Kirsu, Daru, and me.
何を聞かれても答えるつもりはない。あなたたちはただついてくればいい。
We're not getting anywhere.
おかりん。
Daru's voice is shaking. I turn my head to look at him. He's deathly pale.
とりあえず言うこと聞いとくべきじゃね。
だが目的を言ってもらわないと。
Honestly, I have no idea what to do. My heart is still fluttering in my chest. This seems more like a dream than reality. I'm not a military otaku. I've never seen a real gun. The black shine of their weapon looks somewhat how tacky. They lack the imposing feel you expect. I'd believe her if she told me they were fake. Mayuri suddenly speaks up. Uh-oh.
ねえ、萌香さんはラボメン仲間だよね。
As if Mayuri asked my question for me. Mocha was a strange woman, but I welcomed her as a lab ma'am all the same. What is she thinking right now? An answer. Oh! Mocha pulls a gun from her belt and points it at us. Not anymore. I realize that Mocha isn't holding her phone. This is the first time I've seen her without it. Not like that matters now. Let's see. That's probably... I don't know. I'd have to see a different angle. Mocha's gun hand is trembling. Is this situation affecting her too? It must be. She's terrified of talking to people.
一緒に来てもらうのはあなたたちの口を封じるため。
Silence us?
それは拒否しても変わらない。
Does that mean she plans to kill us? Why? What did we do?
一体誰の差し金だ。
The organization.
お前たち何者なんだ。
私たちは
Mocha suddenly lifts her head. For perhaps the third time since I've known her, she looks straight at me. Her eyes are dark and empty.
セルンの
Oh my gosh. CERN?
M4
The dark-skinned man speaks up. Is he addressing Mocha?
口を慎め。
Mocha hangs her head again. In my head, I replay the words she just spoke. CERN. They're from CERN? Why CERN? Of course, who else could it be?
3人とも一緒に来て。
Mocha raises her voice in frustration.
これ以上拒否するなら嫌でも行きたくなるようにするから。
Mocha slowly raises her gun. She points the muzzle at... Not Mayuri! Mayuri! My whole body instantly goes cold.
椎名真由里は必要ない。
よせ。
I lunge at Mocha, but the dark-skinned man is faster. He tried. Something strikes my chin with crushing force. That's a real gun. The shock numbs my entire body. Stars explode behind my eyes. I fall to my knees, powerless to stand. Everything goes dark. What happened? Did he hit me with the butt of his rifle? I look up. Mayuri's face, streaked with tears, is reaching out to me as if begging for help. Over her shoulder, I see Mocha ready her gun. Peek the mic, geez Louise. I try to yell stop, but my voice catches in my throat. Nothing comes out but a pitiful wheeze. Someone. Anyone. Please. Stop her. Stop, Mocha. Mocha's lips move. She's mumbling something.
セルンのために FB のためにセルンのために FB の
What is FB? Her lips close tightly. My blood curdles. No. Oh. A sharp, dry crack splits the air. Time slows to a crawl. Mocha pulled the trigger. Oh my gosh, straight through the dome. Blood spurts from Mayuri's forehead. It splashes across my face, wet and warm. Her delicate, frail body falls towards me. Wow. I catch her. Her body is limp like a puppet with no strings. Her head and arms dangle lifelessly. The smell of gunpowder fills my nose. And then the smell of blood. Daru clutches his head and falls to his knees, screaming at the top of his lungs. The sound jerks me back to my senses. In my arms, Mayuri takes one short, shallow breath. And then... I mean, if she was shot in the forehead, there's no way she's doing this, but you know.
Mayuri.
She's dead. We must use the time machine to go back now. Mayuri's dead. Her face is covered with blood. Her blood stains my hands. It's warm.
もう一度言う。3人とも一緒に来て。これ以上の警告はしない。抵抗するなら、あなたたちも殺す。
I hear her voice, but I can't comprehend what it's saying. What is this? What the hell is going on here? Is this a joke? We may have created a monster here. This is a dream, right? Right? I feel nothing. My mind is blank. I shake Mayuri's shoulders. Mayuri? Wake up, Mayuri. You'll catch a cold if you sleep here. If you're tired, you can stay overnight. Or I can take you home if you prefer. Or ride the train back to Ikebukuro together like we used to before Daru joined, when it was just the two of us. Memories of her smile whirl through my head, 1,000 different smiles from 1,000 different occasions. If I look away, she'll disappear. She always disappears.
もう大丈夫だね。マユシーが人質じゃなくても。
Hey Mayuri, please. Laugh for me, like you always do. Greet me with your silly tuturu. Tell me you're alright. Tell me this isn't real. It's not real, it's not real, it's not real, etc. Wow, it really makes you think what the original DML Mocha set was then too. Maybe it was the location of the IBN. Red flames consume my mind, an inferno of rage and hate and rage and hate and the burning desire to kill everything I see. I gently lay the motionless Mayuri on the floor. I stand up, and then I fling myself at Mocha. But before I can take a step, someone grabs my hand from behind. Mocha's gun is aimed at my head. Her fingers already on the trigger.
抵抗するなら。岡部、お願い。今は従って。このままじゃ、あんたも殺される。
I tear my hand from Kirisu's grip. My vision is a tunnel with Mocha on the other side. She won't get away with this. She killed Mayuri in cold blood. I'll do the same to her. Mocha pulls the trigger. The sound of the shot smites upon my eardrums. I feel sharp pain on the side of my head. I nearly lose my balance again, but I'm still alive. What happened? It's Daru, isn't it? I realize that Mocha's gun is lying at her feet. Beside it is a small stone. Someone must have thrown it and knocked her gun aside. Suzuha! Suddenly, Suzuha is there in the doorway, knocking one man down in the blink of an eye. Before anyone can react, she darts into another man's range and delivers a piercing elbow strike to his solar plexus. The man drops to his knees, gasping for air. The remaining men turn their guns on her, but she throws the incapacitated man towards them to block their aim. That's crazy. She's super strong. Part-time warrior. She then slides into the feet of the man at the rear, tripping him forward in a single smooth flowing motion, driving her knee into the man's face as he falls.
こいつ
The dark-skinned man aims his rifle, but before he can fire, Suzuha snatches a stunned attacker's gun and shoots him. Wow. Blood spurts from the man's hands. Without stopping, Suzuha leaps into the air and delivers a soaring roundhouse kick to his jaw.
そこまでよ。
Oh! The next thing I know, the 5 men are down and Mocha's gun is aimed at Suzuha's face. But Suzuha doesn't back down, her gun is trained on Mocha's neck. It's a standoff, neither moves. Silence returns to the room.
何者
42
Suzuha's reply makes no sense. She glances at me.
テレビ
What is she saying?
点灯済み
何を
Suddenly, Kiryu springs up and makes a break for the development room.
動くな
それはこっちのセリフ
I suddenly realize the meaning of Suzuha's words. The 42-inch TV downstairs, it's on. She wants me to use the time leap machine? I look at Mayuri's body. She's lying there quietly. Her eyes are closed. They'll never open again. One of the men Suzuha knocked out starts to moan. If they wake up, it's all over. Suzuha looks at me again. Her eyes implore me to make my move. If I use the machine, I can avert Mayuri's death. But at the same time, it could fry my brain. Fry my brain, so what? What is there to fear? Mayuri's dead, shot in cold blood. This isn't right, I won't accept it. Then change it. Change the past. You have the power, use it. I stagger into the development room. Kiryu's about to put on the headgear. I pull it away from her.
岡部
俺が飛ぶ。
私が
I grab Kiryu's wrist as she tries to take it back. I stare into her eyes, eyes wet with tears.
俺がマユリを助ける。
もし失敗したら
I ignore her and put on the headgear. Mocha's last shot grazed the side of my head. My ears are still ringing and there's blood on my neck. It doesn't matter. I might fail, I might even die, but I have to try. It's my only chance to save Mayuri. Kiryu bites her lip and starts setting up the 6800 or 1000.
一人いた
殺せ使わせるな
やらせるか
The crew cut man staggers into the development room. Acting purely on instinct, I grab future gadget number 4 mode Snake from the shelf and flick the switch. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. Oh no. Man, I was talking about things getting exciting. Talk about everyone apparently just dying. Jeez Louise.
タイムリープしてもいいの
やれ。
I am so excited to watch the anime. I know it's gonna be probably slow. That's what everyone says, like this, but it has to be worth it. It has to be so much better. Now, when are they activating? Oh. Pain flares in my right arm. Where's Daru in all this? Did he just kind of lay down and quiver? Was I shot? It doesn't matter. I see blue-white light shining through the smoke. The discharge is starting. The light rapidly grows brighter. The floor begins to shake. The singularity is open. But when did we get sent back to? I crouched down, holding the headset steady with one hand. Wait for me, Mayuri. I won't die here. I'll cross through time to save you. Leap, my memories. Leap to the past. The world explodes into light. Oh, now it's different. Okay, this is pretty cool. Chapter 6, baby.
前より前より
No matter how many times I call her name, Mayuri doesn't answer. Mayuri is standing in front of a grave, gazing at the sky. The grave belongs to her grandmother, who died when Mayuri was 11 years old. Her parents were always busy with work, so her grandmother was her only companion. I was close to Mayuri's family, so her death was sad for me too. At the wake, I expected Mayuri to break down and cry. She didn't. Instead, she spent the whole time gazing vacantly at her grandmother's memorial portrait. 6 months went by. I had advanced to middle school, so Mayuri and I no longer commuted together. But whenever I passed the cemetery on the way home, Mayuri would always be standing there. Every day, rain or shine, she would stand there for hours before the grave, staring wordlessly at the sky as if she could see her grandmother in heaven. In her hand, an old pocket watch. The watch had belonged to her grandmother. Mayuri always held it when visiting the grave.
前より
No matter how many times I called her name, Mayuri did not answer. Back then, Mayuri wouldn't talk to anyone, not to me, not even to her parents. Whenever I saw her standing there staring at the sky, I felt unease grip my heart. Her gaze was so earnest, her intention so pure, that I feared some power might grant her a wish and carry her off to heaven to join her beloved grandmother. And so, to ensure that nothing like that happened, I made sure to stop by the cemetery every day. I would stand next to the stargazing Mayuri and call her name.
前より
But no matter how many times I call her, Mayuri wouldn't reply. The only sound in the lonely cemetery was the echo of my voice calling her name. It was raining that day too. Mayuri had a light blue umbrella. In contrast to the umbrella's color, the sky was glazed gray, covered in clouds. After a while, the rain stopped. Rays of light shone through the gaps in the cloud, a stunningly beautiful sight. Rembrandt's Ray, they are called, or sometimes the Angel's Ladder. Suddenly, a strong wind swept through the cemetery. It caught Mayuri's umbrella and carried it to the sky. Mayuri seemed not to notice. She kept staring at the sky. And then slowly, so very slowly, she stretched her hand out to the sky, as if to grasp the rays of light, as if her grandmother was reaching down to pull her up. And then she lifted herself on her toes. To me, it looked as if she was floating up toward heaven. Impulsively, I grabbed Mayuri's outstretched hand and pulled her into my embrace. In retrospect, my fears were just childish fantasy, but at the time I truly believed that Mayuri was about to disappear then and there.
どこにも行かせないぞ。連れてなんて行かせない。
I realized how embarrassing the words coming from my own mouth were.
前よりは俺の人質だ。人体実験の生贄なんだ。
He really, I guess, was about that life as a kid. It was the first excuse that came to my mind. Before her grandmother died, Mayuri and I were fans of a popular TV series about costume heroes battling evil. I particularly admired the villain, a mad scientist. I even got pretty good at mimicking his lines. Now I was doing it to hide my embarrassment. I could feel my face growing red, but I kept up the mad scientist act all the same. If nothing else, it was better than admitting my insecurities.
どこにも逃がさないからな。
As I said this, I realized that Mayuri was shaking. She whispered it was the first time in 6 months that I heard her speak. Her voice was choked with tears.
マユシーは人質なんだね。じゃあしょうがないね。
She smiled happily. Tears fell from her eyes. And then Mayuri buried her face in my chest. Where am I? Who am I? I can't see, I can barely think. A terrible screech fills my head like feedback from a giant speaker. Yeah, that makes sense. It penetrates my brain like 100 sharp needles, stabbing me right behind the eyes. I thought brains weren't supposed to feel pain.
べ
And there's more. I feel a shiver of pleasure beneath the pain and a terrible itching like my body is on fire.
壁
I want to crack open my skull and tear out my brain. I want to scrape out my soft gray matter with my fingers and eat it.
べ
The assault on my brain is driving me crazy. Who am I?
ちょっと岡部どうしたのよ
Should probably save too. This is crazy. Chapter 6. We can see, suddenly the shattered pieces of the world reform. I slowly come back to my senses. I'm in the lab, standing in front of the phone wave named Subject to Change with my cell phone to my ear. No, not the phone wave named Subject to Change, since headgear is attached to it. That's the time leap machine. It's hard to breathe. Give me oxygen. I hear a low, wheezing groan and realize that it's coming from my own throat. I close my mouth and take a deep breath. The inside of my throat feels like it's burning. Imagine going through what you just went through and then trying to act normal, like when you came out the other side. People would have no idea what you're talking about. I resist the urge to cough and continue filling my lungs with air. I notice that I'm drenched in sweat. The drops sliding down my forehead are annoying. I try to wipe them away with the back of my right hand. My hand obeys slowly. Something is off. It's like my body and my mind aren't totally in sync with each other. Almost as if this isn't really my body. As if my nerves aren't communicating properly with my extremities. I try blinking slowly. This might just be my imagination. Could this be exhaustion? I haven't slept much lately. I try to move my hand again. There is no disconnect this time. This is my body.
岡部聞いてる
A familiar voice. I turn around slowly. There she is. Kirisu's there. She stares at me, perplexed.
どうしたのよ急にすごい声出して
What is she talking about?
具合悪いの
I try answering, but my voice doesn't work too well. Even more bewildered, I clear my throat several times.
いや問題ない
そうだったらさっさと出かける準備しなさいよ買い出し行くんでしょ
Right before the party.
買い出し
For what? I search my memories. The moment I do, images appear in my mind like a string of exploding light bulbs.
人間は根源的に時間的存在者である
もう大丈夫だね
I'm sorry, that is just a funny image of Mayuri though. That is not. That's awful.
タイムリープしてもいいの
I remember now. I used the time leap machine.
未来の記憶を思い出すのよ
That's right, what am I standing around for?
ここはどこだ
は
I grab Kirisu's shoulder and pull her close.
今は何時だ何月何日の何時何分だ
痛い落ち着け
落ち着いていられるか買い出しって言ったろ
Which shopping trip is she talking about? Daru is sitting at his computer staring at us wide-eyed.
ダル今日は何日だ今は何時なんだ
13日の5時ちょっと過ぎだけど
The 13th, a little past 5.
成功したのか
Did I manage to time leap in the middle of that chaos? Did my memories really jump through time? Does that mean I've leapt into my past self? Is there a chance that it was all a dream? Thinking back forward, it doesn't seem real. Commandos breaking into the lab, it's like something out of Hollywood movie. But the sight of Mayuri broken and bloody is burned into my eyes. I remember the smell of the blood, the sound of the gunshot, the weight of the headgear on my head, the pain of the bullet tearing through my arm, Kirisu screaming, Suzuha fighting to defend us. I remember it all vividly. He touched my arm. No bullet holes, no pain even. Was it all a dream? I don't know. I've never time-leapt before. I can only hope that it was a dream. A future like that is too much to bear. I recall Mayuri's last moments and my eyes filled with tears. I forced the tide of emotion back. I look around the lab. Kirisu and Daru are here, but I can't find Mayuri.
マユリはどこに？
どこってルカシのところに行くってさっき言ってたじゃんか。オカリン聞いてなかったん？
That's right, Mayuri went to beg Luca to wear her costume. She won't return until it's time for the party. What do I do? What do I believe? Was it a dream? Or was it real? If it was a dream, then I don't have to worry about anything. If it was real, then I need to act now. I take a deep breath.
あれは夢だったんだ。
What a stupid mistake.
あんなの現実に起きるはずがない。
It was a nightmare brought on by anxiety, that's all. There's no other logical explanation. I desperately persuade myself that it's so. Little do I know that I will soon regret my foolishness. Are we just gonna run into it again? Kirisu goes shopping alone. I stay in the lab with Daru, waiting for Mayuri to return. We're gonna watch her get shot over and over again, aren't we? Oh yeah, it gets real interesting in chapter 6. We just watch our friends die over and over again. An innocent smile. Mayuri is alive. Nothing will happen to her. I was worried for nothing. When Suzuha arrives, we begin the meeting.
オカリフェリスちゃんやルカちゃんにもね声をかけたんだけど今日は
I've heard these words before. Deja vu, a trick of the mind. I'm surprised that's the first time this term came up. The feeling, everyone knows what deja vu is. I'm not going to read that one out loud.
そうか。何か用事でもあったのか。
フェリスちゃんは今日はライネットの大会
And Luca's sick.
しまった。応援行きそびれた。なんという不覚。
あとね
Exactly the same.
ちゃんはなんだか恥ずかしそうにしてたよ。
ここに来たらまたマユリのコスを着させられるって思ったんじゃない？
It's just like my dream. I've never remembered a dream that vividly before. I remembered every word that was spoken.
コスプレの件か。もしかしてまだ説得できていないのか。
恥ずかしいんだって。可愛いは正義なのに。
可愛いは正義ってそんな言葉が流行ってるんだ。
クリスちゃんもね可愛いよね。
I guess it's exactly the same.
え？
ねえねえ今度のコビマに出てみない？新作は無理だけどね去年作ったブラチューのセイラ覚醒後バージョンコスがあるんだ。
私がコスプ
I'm
レ
gonna skip through this since we've exactly gone through
私
this.
の人前に出るのはお断りだから。
Because then it's gonna be the comment about underwear.
着るだけでいいよ。でもねそういえばクリスちゃんっていつも
Talking about the school.
2週間だけあれ
おー明日
いいわ。
撮影会は何時から？
相変わらず
だって
パンモロ？
パンツがもろに見え。
嘘。
大丈夫クリス
So I guess I don't know exactly what to do for this, so we're just gonna kind of skim through this.
大来て
やめといた方がいいんじゃないかな。
Is it exactly gonna be the same thing? I remember this too. I feel like I'm losing my mind here.
ナキ
してクリスを信じると
それどういうこの前から思って
直接はない
何よ
だろうね。
へえ
装置なんてない。
つまり
事実だって。おかり二人を止め
Should I listen to Mayuri's plea like I did in that dream? Knowing that I can't stop the fight, should I just let Mayuri handle it instead? I don't know, I can't move a muscle.
もう
Mayuri pouts, then goes over to the two girls.
二人とも聞いて。マユシーはね、喧嘩は嫌いなのです。仲良くしようよ。
Daru comes over to chat with Suza and Peace. Okay, exactly the same. Sit on the sofa. And then it's the terrorist attack. Can't pay attention. It doesn't enter my head. Mayuri sits down next to me. She peels a banana and begins eating. Exactly the same.
ねえねえ、おかり、なんだかね。
Stop it. Why are you saying the same things as in that terrible dream? It was a dream. It has to be a dream.
楽しいね。
Mayuri smiles happily, not noticing my lack of a reply.
あのね、ラボ面が8人に増えたでしょ。ちょっと狭くなってまずね、椅子が買ってこなくちゃだよ。
I shake my head wordlessly.
何はおか
For some reason, I'm afraid to look at Mayuri in the face.
じゃあ、マユシーのバイト代もちょっと出していいよ。あとはね、電子レンジ新しいの買わない。おかり、大丈夫？元気ないよ。
いや、
体調良くないのかな。だったらね、休まなきゃ。横になる？膝枕してあげるよ。
You know what? Not a bad alternate timeline.
そんな恥ずかしいことを。
Boom, boom, boom. Terrorist threats. Before I can finish, the television interrupts me with an urgent news bulletin. The subtitles read terrorist bomb threat. Okay.
爆破テロ予告？
つうか全部秋葉原駅通ってるじゃん。マユシ帰れないんじゃね？
本当だ。
I guess we're not a brilliant mad scientist. We're just truly an idiot in this scenario.
嘘だろ。
It's the same. Every last thing the same.
岡部倫太郎、一つ聞かせて。
It was a dream.
タイムリープマシンは完成してるんだよね。
It had to be a dream. But if it was a dream, then why?
聞いてる？
タイムリープマシンは完成してるけど。
そっか。私、用事思い出したからちょっと出かけてくる。
Suza leaves the lab without another word.
何なの彼女。
Does she know what's about to happen? Nothing's going to happen. The break-in was a dream. But no matter how hard I try to convince myself of that, I can't shake the icy hand clutching my heart. I can't breathe. Even though it's hot and humid, my body shivers. I remember this feeling too from the dream. Did I choose wrong? Was I granted a second chance only to let it go to waste? Yes. Suddenly I feel something soft touch my hand. I look down to see Mayuri's hand holding mine. When I look up, I see worry written on her face. I reflexively look toward the door. If the dream wasn't a dream, then... Any second now. Alright guys, what a great place to end it for the night. No, I'm just kidding. I just thought it would be funny. It happens exactly as I remember. 5 men burst into the lab. Their movements are swift and sure professional, and each one of them is carrying a gun. They spread out just inside the door and aimed their weapons at us. I recognize each of them. There's no denying it now. I did leap through time. It was the future I remembered. I was supposed to change this present to stop the madness about to unfold. But I told myself that it was a dream and wasted my chance to save everyone. Silence. Time seems to grind to a halt. The men say nothing. Why didn't I do anything to change this? Wasn't that why I leapt through time? The sound of heels echo down the hallway. A woman is coming up the stairs. Kiryu Moka, the woman who will kill Mayuri. The dream was real. Those were memories of the future. This is happening because I did nothing to stop it.
萌香さん、これって。
タイムマシンを回収させてもらう。
If I kill her first, will Mayuri live? I consider the option but soon give up. The real danger is the men behind her. 3 of them have assault rifles. They'll gun us down the instant I try anything. My only hope is for Susaha to make her move before Mayuri is shot. Is there ever even a chance?
クリス、岡部倫太郎、橋田至、3名については我々と一緒に来てもらう。抵抗は許されない。とにかく来て。
どこへ？
I have no words.
せめて理由と行き先を教えてほしいんだけど。拒否することは認めない。あなたたちに逃げ場はないわ。私たちの仲間はすでに秋葉原中に散らばっている。手荒な真似はしたくない。3人とも一緒に来て。なんで3人なの？何を聞かれても答えるつもりはない。あなたたちはただついてくればいい。ね
え、萌香さんはラボメン仲間
In reply,
だよね。
Moka pulls a gun from her belt and points it at us. It's happening again.
一緒に来てもらうのはあなたたちの口を封じるため。それは拒否しても変わらない。3人とも一緒に来て。これ以上拒否するなら嫌でも行きたくなるようにするから。
Moka slowly raises her gun. She points the muzzle at Mayuri.
椎名真由里は必要ない。
I try to shout stop, but my voice catches in my throat. Nothing comes out but a pitiful wheeze. I turn to Kiryu for help. Kiryu is staring at Mayuri. She looks as if she might start crying at any second. I turn to Daru. He's shaking. His lips move as if to speak, but nothing comes out. Someone. Anyone. Please. Stop her. Stop, Moka.
セルンのために FP のためにセルンのために FP の。
Her lips closed tightly, but she didn't do anything. We haven't resisted. Okay, she got shot again. Time slows to a crawl. Moka pulled the trigger. Blood spurts from Mayuri's forehead. It splashes across my face. Okay. Her delicate, frail body falls towards me. I catch her. Her body. Okay. This is exactly the same. Daru clutches his head and falls to his knees, screaming at the top of his lungs. In my arms, Mayuri, okay, takes one long breath and then...
カリ。
She's dead. Mayuri's dead again. Her face is covered in blood. Her blood stains my hands. It's warm.
もう一度言う。3人とも一緒に来て。これ以上の警告はしない。抵抗するならあなたたちも殺す。
I hear her voice, but I can't comprehend what it's saying. It's the same. I knew it would be. I let Mayuri die again, because I didn't believe my own memories of the future. I lay Mayuri down on the floor. I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'm so sorry. I stand up. Rage takes hold of me once again. I'm helpless to resist. I take one menacing step towards Moka. Kiryu grabs my hand before I can take another. Okay, I feel like if you do the things that you should do in a situation like this, I guess it wouldn't be entertaining, right?
ダメだってば殺されちゃう
Mocha's gun is aimed at my head. Her finger's already on the trigger.
俺も殺すのかよ。
抵抗するなら
岡部お願い今は従ってこのままじゃあんたも
I grit my teeth and suppress my anger. Just then, something small and round strikes Mocha's gun hand. She drops her gun. At her feet lies a small stone.
伏せて
It's her again. The next events transpire exactly as I remember. Suzuha appears in the doorway, knocking down the first man before anyone can react. She then proceeds to dispatch the remaining men with a series of swift, precise maneuvers.
こいつ
The dark-skinned man, the last one standing, takes aim at Suzuha with his assault rifle, but before he can fire, Suzuha snatches a stunned attacker's gun and shoots him. Blood spurts from the man's hand. Without stopping, Suzuha leaps into the air and delivers a soaring roundhouse kick.
そこまでよ
Huh, huh. Mocha and Suzuha point their guns at each other. A standout, neither moves. Silence returns to the room.
何者
42.
42
On. She glances at me.
テレビ
This time I already know what she means.
点灯済み
I make a break for the development room.
動くなそれはこっちのセリフ
Kurusu is right behind me. I grab the headgear and jam it in my head without a moment's hesitation.
岡部私が
俺が飛ぶ。
でももし失敗したら
It won't.
設定を頼む。
There's no time to argue. I grab Mode's snake from the shelf. Kurusu bites her lip and starts setting up the machine.
一人行って殺せ使わせるんだ
Before the crew cut man enters the development room, I push the switch. Uh-oh. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. He's just gonna blast.
岡部本当にいいのタイムリープしてもいいのね
やれクリス。マシンを動かせ。
Mwah, mwah, mwah. I see blue-white light shining through the smoke. The discharge is starting. The light rapidly grows brighter. The floor begins to shake. The singularity is open. Crouched down, holding the headset steady with one hand. This is reality. It wasn't a dream. I burned that fact into my mind as I prepared a time leap. One more chance. The shaking begins. At least we didn't get shot this time.
もう一度飛んでくれ。
One more, the world explodes into light. I can't hear. It feels like something is crushing my eardrums. Slowly, the shattered pieces of the world reform. My body convulses as if struck by lightning. I am Okabe Rintaro. I'm in the lab development room, standing in front of the time leap machine with my phone to my ear. My brain hurts again. This isn't like a headache, it's something deeper. With the pain comes a torrent of emotion, sorrow, longing, hope, joy that threaten to wash away my psyche. However, only one thing matters.
また飛べた。
I quickly return to the lounge.
びっくりした
I almost crashed into Kirisu.
脅かすなよ
誰？今は13日の5時前か。
そうだけど
Alright, time leap successful. I pat Kirisu on the shoulder almost in an embrace.
お前は天才だ。
何よいきなり気持ち悪いな
I scramble for my phone.
マユシーです
Come home immediately.
マユリ、今どこに？
ただいま 電話に出ることができません。
It went to voicemail?
ピーってなったら伝言をどうぞ。
マイリー、今すぐ俺に連絡をくれ。分かったな、今すぐだ。
I hang up. I look at my watch again, it's just past 5. Thank God for the time leap machine. It makes me shiver to imagine what would have happened without it. I have 3 hours until Mocha kills Mayuri. Everything's going to be okay. That's plenty of time to escape. First, I'll meet up with Mayuri and leave Akiba. We can go to Ikebukuro. Wait, what if they're watching her house? Maybe we should hop on the bullet train and get out of Tokyo entirely. Anyway, we're fine as long as Mocha doesn't find her today. So first, I need to find Mayuri.
岡部？目が血走っちゃってるけど、どうしたの？
Kurusu and Daru look at me with concern.
二人とも今すぐここから離れろ。
どういうこと？
I check my wallet. I only have 9,000 yen and some change. I'll need to stop by an ATM and withdraw everything I have.
何よ、また中二病？
Kurusu shrugs her shoulders, dumbfounded. I don't have time to answer her. I slip beside her and dash out of the lab.
岡部、どこ行くのよ？おい！
And with that being said, that is the end of episode 23 of Steins Gate. It's going to be a little bit earlier, but I feel like with this being such a climactic episode, it'll probably be good to stop here. So if you like that and want to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. And please let me know what you guys want to see next. And as always, thank you for watching. I've been Boog May God bless you, and peace.